There are 7 pontoon boats available right now, starting under $30,000, that will still be floating and fishing and running family days on the water long after every cheap, plastic-feeling competitor in the same price range has been hauled to the junkyard. Nobody at the dealer is pushing you toward these. The showroom floor is full of shinier options with better margins. Here's why these 7 actually last, and here's the 7. Most cheap pontoons are cheap for exactly one reason: thin aluminum. Not thin in a way that's obvious on the dock, but thin in a way that shows up after a decade of heat cycles and dock bumps and loaded weekends. The tubes on a budget pontoon might run 0.063-inch wall thickness in a lower grade aluminum alloy. That's the floor that still floats, but it's not the floor that lasts. A properly built pontoon runs 0.080 to 0.100-inch walls or thicker in marine grade 5000 series aluminum like 5052 or 5086 with fully welded seams rather than riveted or partially welded joints. The aluminum grade matters because higher series alloys resist corrosion and stress fatigue differently than cheaper alloys, especially in water. The weld quality matters as much as the gauge. A bad weld on thin aluminum can fail at a stress point and start leaking water into a tube quietly in ways the owner won't notice for years, until the tube is waterlogged and adding hundreds of hidden pounds to the boat. The other thing nobody tells you is what actually wears out first on a pontoon. It's never the aluminum tubes. Those can outlast the engine, the upholstery, the wiring, and the owner. What kills a cheap pontoon early is everything around the tubes, the deck, the cross members, the transom, the hardware, and what makes the good ones last is builders who spend the real money on those structural connections while saving the money on logos and dealer margin. These 7 builders are the ones who did that, and most people walk right past them. Let's start with number 7. Number 7, the Sun Tracker. Most people think Sun Tracker is just a cheap Bass Pro entry-level boat, and in terms of price, they're right. But there's something almost nobody mentions about this brand. Sun Tracker launched in 1983 when Johnny Morris, the same man who created the original Bass Tracker and changed affordable boating forever, decided to build a family pontoon on the same principle, factory direct, fully rigged, and backed by a warranty nobody else was willing to offer. Today, Sun Tracker backs its pontoons with what it calls the 10+ life warranty, 10 years bow to stern covering electrical components, live wells, vinyl, furniture, and the bimini top, plus a limited lifetime structural and deck warranty covering the pontoon logs, motor pod, and all structural elements for the life of the boat. The National Marine Manufacturers Association recognized Sun Tracker with its Customer Satisfaction Award for pontoon boats in 2024, its 13th consecutive year winning that honor. A brand does not win 13 straight years by selling boats that fall apart early. Number 6, Lowe. Most people driving past a Lowe dealer have never heard of the brand's actual backstory. Diana Lowe, co-founder of Lowe Industries, was the daughter of J.B. Appleby, considered by many historians of the industry to be the father of aluminum boating. Diana and her husband Carl Lowe founded the company in Lebanon, Missouri in 1971, building John boats and canoes using the same aluminum welding expertise her father had pioneered. Lowe built its first pontoon line in 1979 and has been refining that construction ever since. Today, it is part of Brunswick Corporation, which by most measures is the largest recreational boat manufacturer in the world. A Lowe pontoon carries that half-century aluminum heritage at a price point well under what the brand's construction quality would suggest. You are buying a company whose founders literally helped invent the category. Number 5, Harris. Harris is the oldest continuous pontoon brand in the American market. Pete and Ernie Harris founded Harris Flatboat Marine in Fort Wayne, Indiana in 1957, inspired by watching early boaters build crude floating platforms on surplus aircraft drop tanks. That first Harris was 20 feet of steel tubes. Within a few years, they had moved to aluminum, and the company has spent nearly 70 years accumulating firsts. The first anodized aluminum fences in the pontoon industry, the first stern-drive pontoon, the first rotomolded seat bases, and the first powered bimini top. Harris uses its own patented total torsional reduction system in the deck, a structural engineering approach specifically designed to eliminate the twist and flex that fatigue cheap pontoon decks and frames over years of wave stress and loading. Harris also builds what it calls a watertight deck construction, with marine-grade wiring, a rub rail for deck protection, and a dolphin nose cone design on the tube tips for more efficient water entry. Harris backs its pontoons with a limited lifetime structural warranty today. That's not a marketing number. That's a company that has been building one category of boat for longer than almost anyone else in the world, and is confident enough in what it knows to warrant the structure for life. Do yourself a favor and subscribe if you want more of the best boating content you won't get elsewhere. Number 4. Starcraft. Starcraft started in 1903 in Goshen, Indiana, when Arthur Schrock's company began making metal boats at a time when almost everyone else was still using wood. 120 years later, Starcraft is still owned and operated by descendants of that same founding family out of the same rural Indiana region, and it backs every pontoon it builds with a limited lifetime warranty covering decks, tubes, and transoms, plus 6 years on flooring and upholstery. The construction specifics are worth knowing. Starcraft uses hat channel construction, which is meaningfully different from the C-channel crossmember standard on most budget pontoons, where a C-channel only contacts the deck at its rim edges. A hat channel contacts the deck across a full 6-inch wide base, creating a wider, more stable structural connection throughout the whole frame. The transom is 0.190 gauge aluminum, through-bolted, with up to 20 stainless steel bolts. Footed deck risers at the tube attachment points prevent the tube fatigue that eventually causes structural failure on cheaper builds. These are not marketing claims, they are construction specs a buyer can verify. A company that publishes its bolt count and its aluminum gauge to the decimal point is not hiding behind the fit and finish. Number 3. Sylvan. Sylvan is the name almost nobody in the pontoon market mentions, but people who have owned one tend to own another. Sylvan is part of the Smokercraft family of brands and shares Smokercraft's lifetime warranty plus 6-year coverage, meaning a lifetime limited warranty on the structure and 6 years on all components, flooring, upholstery, and electronics. Sylvan also offers its own exclusive tube design, the revolutionary planing technology tube, first introduced in 2008. It uses a V-shaped profile that gives more top speed per horsepower and meaningfully improved fuel efficiency compared to standard round tubes. According to the brand, that planing profile gives the boat sports car handling compared to a standard tube pontoon at the same horsepower rating. You are getting a boat that is engineered for performance and backed for life, from a builder whose parent company has been refining aluminum and pontoon construction for decades, at a price that reflects the fact that Sylvan does not have to spend its budget on brand recognition. Number 2. Suncatcher by G3. Suncatcher boats are built by G3 Boats, a Yamaha-owned company founded in Lebanon, Missouri, in 1992 by a third-generation boat builder, and acquired by Yamaha in 1997 specifically to become Yamaha's aluminum boat building arm. Everything Suncatcher builds is powered exclusively by Yamaha outboards, which means the builder and the engine manufacturer are the same company with the same interest in the package performing flawlessly for decades. G3 has earned NMMA customer satisfaction awards for aluminum boat quality, and Suncatcher has been certified by NMMA for meeting or exceeding ABYC and Coast Guard construction standards. You're getting a boat built by a company that has been refining aluminum construction for over 30 years, backed by one of the largest marine engine manufacturers in the world, at a price that consistently surprises people who assumed they'd have to spend more to get that level of backing. Number 1, Crest. Crest has been building pontoons in Owasso, Michigan, from the exact same location since 1957, making it one of the oldest and most consistently underrated names in the pontoon market. The original boats were built under the name Morel Products by founder Maurice Schell, who ran the company for nearly 50 years before it was eventually acquired by a Michigan investment group and later by Mastercraft Boat Holdings, one of the most respected boat manufacturers in the country. Crest backs its pontoons with a 10-year bow-to-stern warranty covering the full boat, and the brand specifically highlights thicker gauge nose cones on its tubes, reinforced rails, and a quiet ride deck sealing system designed to prevent the loose deck noise and flex that cheap pontoons develop within a few seasons. Over 65 years in one building, in one Michigan town, producing one category of boat. That's not a company that cuts corners and hopes nobody notices. It's a company whose entire reputation is built on the same hull, lasting long enough to matter. Most people shopping for pontoons walk right past it towards something with a bigger marketing budget. The people who did the research already own one. So here's the pattern across all 7. Every single one of these is backed by either a lifetime structural warranty or a 10+ year warranty that covers the structural elements most likely to matter 2 decades from now. Every one of them is built by a company with genuine long-term history in aluminum construction, not a brand launched last decade to capture a trend. And every one of them is priced the way it is not because the hull is inferior, but because the builder made a different choice about where the money goes, into the aluminum gauge, the weld quality, the bolt count, and the structural backing, instead of the upholstery grade, the chrome accent trim, and the dockside impressiveness that sells boats to first-time buyers who do not know what questions to ask. One caveat worth carrying into the used market. A lifetime structural warranty on a pontoon is only as meaningful as the condition of the specific boat in front of you. When buying used, inspect the weld seams at the cross members and where the tubes attach to the transom. Check for dents, deformation, or pitting at those stress points. Ask for service records. A well-maintained 10-year-old pontoon from any builder on this list is a genuine asset. A neglected one with failing welds and waterlogged tubes is a liability, warranty or not. Buy the boat, not just the brand, and one of these 7 will likely be on the water long after you are done needing it. Which one surprised you most? Or is there one on this list you already own? Tell me in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.